All right, so I'm hoping that everyone in the group comes to watch this session because it is Q4 time. It is Q4 time. It is time to get ready for Q4. So if you had not already started getting ready in August, if you hadn't already started getting ready in July, it is time to get ready for Q4 right now. So my goal, my vision, my mission is to help you be as successful as possible this fourth quarter, to help you to make as much money as possible this fourth quarter, to help you to get as organized as possible, to figure out your sourcing strategy. And we're going to talk about a couple of different things. So I need you to go get a piece of paper and a pen, or a notebook or something so that you can make some notes. And I want you to tailor the notes to how you think, how you work, how you operate, how you function. This is going to be an unprecedented Q4. Regardless of what's happening with the economy, this is going to be an unprecedented Q4. And there are so many different opportunities for you to be able to make a boatload of money this Q4, all of you. So let's get started. So we're going to talk about the first thing, which is the biggest one, which is planning for your success. So I know that a couple of weeks ago, I talked about Amazon and trying to get your first sale by September the 1st. And if you didn't meet that criteria, do not worry about it. Do not worry about it. Do not worry about it. Don't focus on it. Don't stress about it. Don't worry about it. What we're going to do is we're going to help you build a new plan that's tailored to you and what you can do. So if you want Amazon to be part of your strategy, then you need to make sure that you're continuing to list and sell on Amazon. You need to make sure that you're going to be able to continue to do merchant fulfilled up to, I believe, November the 2nd, but I'll reconfirm that. After that time frame, you're going to have to make sure you're shipping inventory in. So we're going to talk about, you want to start shipping some of your inventory in now because it's taking the warehouses forever to get there. If you're not going to do Amazon, if Amazon is not part of your strategy, if Amazon is not the platform you're going to sell on, then, figure out which one. So number one really should have been figure out which platform you're going to do. So let's talk about some of the options, because number one, I forgot to put that there. If you're going to do Amazon, you're going to start now. And you are going to actually send in a shipment to Amazon because it's taking them 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes 2 to 4 to 6 weeks to get stuff checked in. And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're also going to continue to do merchant fulfilled to November the 2nd. Okay. If you're going to do eBay, again, they want wholesale suppliers on the eBay platform. They don't want you drop shipping from a store. They don't want you doing that. And I don't want your account to get shut down. So if you didn't take the opportunity to do some buy some inventory from wholesale suppliers, you still have time to acquire some inventory from some wholesale suppliers. You can also acquire inventory from liquidations. You can also acquire inventory from closeouts. So some of that we covered in the eCom Q4 Summit in the session that I did with John Bullard. So if you didn't buy the eCom Q4 Summit, I'm about to give you guys an opportunity to buy it at an extremely discounted rate because you're part of the academy, okay? In any case, if you don't have wholesale accounts, go get them set up. Go get them set up. Reach out to 1 or 2 wholesale suppliers. I will make sure that we include the list of the wholesale suppliers that we've given you before. So actually, let me take an opportunity, see if I can find that flyer real quick, or not that flyer, but that page. This is actually inside of this group already. So there's Academy. I think we did it in the retail arbitrage and online arbitrage sourcing. So let me find that page real quick. Found it. All right, let me share my screen and I'll make this bigger. Okay. All right, Let me hide the floating controls. Okay, so on this particular page, at the bottom are some wholesale suppliers. And these are wholesale suppliers that you can start engaging and working with right now so that you can either establish accounts or get your account created. You can order inventory from them so that you can have inventory to sell. So those are things that you can do if you're going to use some other source for selling on eBay. If you're going to do retail arbitrage, you can do retail arbitrage and sell on eBay. You can sell on Amazon. You can sell on Facebook Marketplace. You can sell wherever you want to. So retail arbitrage is going to the stores. And I'm going to come back to that. But here's a list of stores at the top of this page. Don't overlook the opportunity to go and check out the clearance section of Target and Walmart and Dollar Tree and all that other fun stuff. But this is your page. These are some stores and some wholesale suppliers that different members of the eCom Sellers leadership have used personally and that we like. So the wholesale suppliers at the bottom, online, you can do some online wholesale selling. And so you have a couple of choices there. And then you have all these stores if you're going to do retail arbitrage. So we will come back to how are we going to do this retail arbitrage? How are we going to make this work for us? So take a screenshot, come back to, this is like, I don't know, 5 minutes into this training, come back and watch this again to write down all these wholesale, all of these stores and sources that we recommended for acquiring different inventory, okay? So if you're going to do, that's if you're doing eBay, if you're doing Amazon, whichever one. So then if you are doing, if you're selling, and let me just, should do this first. Move this here. Decide your platform. That should be first. Sorry about that, guys. Let me put that first. But that's really the first decision. You got to make sure you know which platform you're going to do. So I'm just going to fix this. Okay. So your platforms, Amazon. Why is this not working? Amazon, eBay, Walmart, Etsy, Shopify. Those are your platforms. There's so many. Shopify, Facebook Marketplace, Poshmark, Google Shopping. Okay, those are pretty much the majority of the platforms for selling. That's the majority. Not all of them, but that is a good smattering right there. Okay, then your methods. You can do retail arbitrage, online arbitrage. Retail arbitrage is shopping for profits, physically going to the store, shopping for profits. Online arbitrage is sourcing online. Inside of this Facebook group, there is online arbitrage and retail arbitrage training. In addition to that, there is online arbitrage and retail arbitrage training in the back office of your eCom Sellers Academy membership site. So you have multiple places in which to find this information. You can do print on demand. You can do, you can do private label or white label. You can do drop shipping, wholesale, which is really just another form of sourcing. So if you do, and then you can do FBA, or you choose a different fulfillment center, which is really part of, let me just tell you which ones go together. So if you do retail arbitrage, which is going to a physical store to buy inventory for yourself or your business, and you're going to list that inventory on the platform of your choice, eBay, Walmart, Etsy, Mercari, Poshmark, Google Shopping, whatever, wherever you decide to list it, You are, in essence, if you're shipping it to the customer when they buy it, you are in essence doing what's considered merchant fulfilling or seller fulfilling. You're fulfilling the order yourself and shipping it to the customer yourself. Okay. If you decide that you don't want to touch the inventory, you don't want to deal with it, but you're going to buy some inventory, package it up, and send it to Amazon warehouse so that Amazon can send it to the customer when people buy it. That is called FBA, or fulfillment by Amazon. If you're going to acquire inventory, whether you buy it or you order from a wholesale supplier, or a liquidation or a closeout, and you're going to send it and you don't want to touch it, you're going to send it to a prep center, send it to a fulfillment center, so that when somebody buys it, that prep center can send it to your customer for you. Again, you're outsourcing the services to a fulfillment center, okay? And so that's still considered merchant fulfilling, because that fulfillment center, whichever one you choose, prep center, they're going to package up the item. They're going to go to their shelf for the name of your company, XYZ company. They're going to pull that item off the shelf. And they're going to send it to the customer for you. Okay. That's another way to do e-commerce where you don't have to touch anything. If you're going to do print on demand, where you don't have any physical inventory whatsoever, you don't deal with inventory, you don't anything. Print on demand is a great way to be able to sell items with little to no cost. Okay, so you have a lot of print on demand options. We talked about print on demand in the Q4 Summit, Jess Hill's session, and also Natalie Redmond's session in the Q4 Summit were great sessions discussing print on demand. Also, in your back office, you have print on demand training that's already available. Okay. And then in addition to that, let's see, there was one I was going to add, print on demand. It'll come back to me. So you have print on demand as an option. Private label or white label. If you've already created a product or you're in the process of creating a product, that is considered private label or white label. Okay. And private label is a product that you've created. You've got a relationship with a manufacturer. It's got your logo on it. It's got, you designed it. You've got the patent on it, all of that fun stuff. That is a private label product that you developed, designed, and it's got your name on it. White label is taking existing products from companies that will allow you to put your logo on it, allow you to put your name on it, and then sell it with your name on it. So you really didn't develop or design it. You just found a wholesale supplier or manufacturer that said, hey, let me slap my name on this. That's white label. And there's a lot of those available. Drop shipping is where you're working with a wholesale supplier of some type, and you are, or a manufacturer, and you are listing products from their catalog of products, whatever it happens to be. You're listing them on eBay. You can list them on your Etsy store. You can create a WooCommerce store. It doesn't really matter. You can create your own stores. Okay. That is a form of drop shipping. So eBay is very specific about drop shipping. Don't get yourself in trouble. Don't drop ship from Walmart, from Target. That is not what we teach here. I don't want you to get your account shut down. I don't want you to get in trouble. But again, you have to decide on your method. So tonight, I want you to think about it, and you need to make a decision. It is September the 8th. Make a decision on what your method is going to be. Then you have wholesale, again, setting up wholesale accounts. That's going to wholesale suppliers. We looked at the list before, and so it's the same list. And you can choose more wholesale suppliers than what we gave you on the list. But again, establishing a wholesale account with suppliers so that way you have the opportunity to sell those specific items that they have available, going through their catalog of items. So does drop shipping and wholesale go together? Yeah, pretty much. Because drop shipping is going to a wholesale supplier and getting the inventory, choosing something from their catalog and putting it on your own page, your own WooCommerce store, your own Shopify store, whatever. And then when somebody buys it, you have an interface with that particular supplier and they will ship it to the customer for you. That is a form of drop shipping. They ship it to the customer for you. If you decide you're going to do wholesale, where you're going to receive the inventory and you're going to do something extra with it, or you're going to send it to the customer yourself, again, that's just regular wholesale. Both of those cases, you're doing merchant fulfilled or seller fulfilled in both of those scenarios. So if you decide to buy wholesale and send the inventory into Amazon for Amazon to do FBA, that's fine. If you decide to do wholesale and you're going to bundle the products with something else, that's fine. You can ship it to the customer, or you can send it over to a prep center and they can bundle it for you. And then you have FBA, fulfillment by Amazon. That's where Amazon, you buy your inventory, you get it from a wholesale supplier, you put the Amazon labels on it, and you ship it to Amazon themselves. Will Amazon put the labels on it? Yep, for a fee. Will Amazon put it in a poly bag for you? Yep, for a fee. Only if it requires being put in a poly bag. Okay. Then a prep center or a fulfillment center will do a bunch of stuff for you, very similar to the whole Amazon model. The only thing I want you to know about working with a fulfillment center is that, sorry, my son is in here with me, is that when you're working with a fulfillment center, you need to make sure that that fulfillment center has what's considered an interface, an API, to whichever preferred platform you're going to sell on. So if you're going to sell on Amazon, make sure they have an API with Amazon. If you're going to sell on Walmart, make sure they have an API to Walmart. If you're going to sell on eBay, same thing, Etsy. So just make sure they have an API so that when the sales occur, you don't have to notify them to say, please send this to Sally Smith and here is Sally Smith's address. You don't have to do that. They have an API, they're notified. So your only job with the fulfillment center is to source inventory and to have it sent to the prep center or fulfillment center so that they can send it to the customer for you, as long as they have an API for your preferred platform. And then another method of selling during Q4 is doing affiliate marketing. That's a $0 cost as well. All you're going to be doing is paying for ads or whatever accounts, website that you own. So I'm going to give you an example. Maybe you have, hold on just 1 second. Nicholas, give me the remote so I can turn this down. Give me the remote. So maybe you have, turn down, thank you. So maybe you have a stuffed animal supplier, and the stuffed animal supplier, you have got a great relationship, not supplier, sorry. You created a stuffed animal website. Nicholas got me distracted. You created a stuffed animal website, and you've gone onto Amazon and you found all of the items that are selling like hotcakes. They are selling, they're in the Amazon top 100. They are selling like crazy. And so what you're doing is you set up an affiliate account with Amazon, and on your stuffed animal website that you've created, and maybe you created with Wix or Weebly, maybe you're doing WordPress, you decide, maybe you're doing Shopify, but you put in a link, your affiliate link to that particular product. It actually shows the product, it has the product description, all of that. And every time somebody buys through your link on that page for stuffed animals, you get paid an affiliate commission. You get paid from Amazon, not every single, they pay you like in a lump sum, but anyway, you get paid an affiliate commission. And if that person buys anything else, anywhere else on Amazon, you'll get paid an affiliate, like it'll track them, and you'll get paid an affiliate commission for that. So that's the great thing about affiliate marketing during Q4, is that if you're really good at creating sites or creating places where you want because you can do Google AdSense as well, where you want certain products to show up on certain pages that have real estate space, you literally could just make hand over fist by just doing affiliate marketing, but you have to do a lot of it. And the thing that you will have to do, if you haven't already built a following, let's say you created a stuffed animal Pinterest page, and you created a stuffed animal Facebook fan page and a Facebook fan group that you can market to all the time, and you created a stuffed animal Twitter page and all this other stuff. If you didn't go out and build all of that traffic so that you can build the interest for this particular niche or a product, then you're going to have to pay for ads. If you did already do this, then all you need to do is just get your affiliate links ready and start making money, okay? So your job number one is to pick a platform. Just pick one if you're new. If you've been doing it for a while, pick 2. But if you're new, pick 1. And I want you to focus on that platform for at least 3 weeks. I want you to learn as much as you can about that platform. I want you to learn about as much information as possible on that platform. And I want you to figure out which method of e-commerce you're going to do. Pick 1. You can change it, but pick 1 for right now. What am I going to start off with? Am I going to start off with retail arbitrage and then maybe add some print on demand in 3 weeks? Am I going to start off with private label or white label and then add some drop shipping in 3 weeks? Pick 1, and you're just going to focus on that 100% for the next 3 weeks. Pick a platform and pick a method, okay? So then the next one is planning for your success. So planning for your success, I probably should have left that minimized, is a big deal, because your ability to get anything that you need to get done is going to be based off of how much commitment you're going to give to this Q4 process. Your commitment to this Q4 process is paramount to your ability to make money. Seriously. So we talked about schedules before, so we're going to talk about schedules just a little bit more. If you didn't buy the eCom Sellers Mastery, I'm actually going to do this part of this session right now. So let me find a calendar that's not my own. Let me stop for just a second. I'm going to go and find a calendar that does not have a bunch of stuff on it. And we're going to build a calendar together, me and you. So I like Google. I'm going to show you my stuff in just a second. I like Google Calendar. I think it's one of the easiest tools to use when it comes to building yourself a productivity calendar. Okay. All right. So let me pull up this calendar and then I will show my screen again. I have so many windows, so many windows. Got it. Okay. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. So what I did was I logged into Google. I logged into my Gmail account. And from my Gmail account, when you log into Gmail, you click on this Rubik's Cube that's over here. Once you click on the Rubik's Cube, one of the options that you're going to see in the Rubik's Cube is calendar. So click on the Rubik's Cube, click on calendar, and voila, this thing comes up, okay? So what I'm going to do, because this may be your own personal calendar, is I'm actually going to create a sub calendar within this calendar, or a secondary calendar, and we can all do it together. So down here over on the side, it says other calendars. There's a plus sign there. So I'm going to add another calendar. Then I'm going to click on the plus. I'm going to click on new calendar. Once I click on new calendar, I'm going to create a Q4 productivity calendar. The reason I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it in my time zone. This is my productivity calendar for Q4, okay? Once I do that, click on create calendar, it creates it. I click on the arrow back for settings. And now when I scroll over here, I have a productivity calendar that's right here, okay? It's pink. So if you already have stuff on your calendar, my calendar is insane. Those people who know me know that I have an insane calendar. I have everything on it. I have everything for eCom Sellers, everything for Achieve Digital Marketing, which is our digital marketing company. I have everything on it for my kids and doctor's appointments. I have all my personal stuff. I have all my stuff for my kids. I have meetings with my leadership. Like everything is on my calendar. It's like 9,000 different colors. And so if you need a clean slate, if you need to leave all of that stuff on your calendar, that's fine. What you can do is to not display the other stuff that's already on your calendar is you just uncheck these things. Uncheck those boxes. And once you uncheck the boxes, you will have your standalone calendar will be the only thing that displays right now. So at the beginning of this process, one of the first things I tell you guys to do is figure out how many hours you can commit to your business. If you can only commit 20 hours to your business, that's fine. If you can commit 30 hours to your business, that's fine. What I want you to do, if we go back and we look at what I wrote, the goal is to take whatever your real productivity is, and we're going to gradually increase it. So if your real productivity that you had available to you all of January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August was 20 hours a week. I want you to push yourself, stretch yourself, and do everything you can to increase that from 20 hours to maybe 22 or 25 hours. So we're just going to push the needle just a little bit. So if it was previously 20, we're going to push up to 22. That's mine. Oops, over here. Move this. Nope, that's not it. I got way too many things. Where's the calendar? There it is. Okay. So let me put this next to this so I don't do that again. All right. So if you previously only had 20 hours a week, and this is you doing a real assessment on your real life and determining what your real availability is. Because your goal is to commit to that time. Whatever that time is, you're going to do everything you can to maximize your profits. If I told you that you could make $10,000 in 3 months, most people would be like, nah, you can't do that. And I will challenge you to ask any of the leaders in this group. And they will tell you, yeah, you can. You actually can make $10,000 in Q4 in profits, not in sales, in profits. If I challenged you and told you, could you make $5,000 in profits in Q4? Yeah, you absolutely could. You can make that. There are people that make $100,000 in profits in Q4 alone. There are people that make $50,000 in profits in Q4 alone. Your goal is not to get to their numbers right now. Your goal is to get through your first Q4 successfully and to make some sales. So as part of that, you have to build the habit of consistency. This does not work if you won't be consistent. So once you figure out what your real schedule is, maybe you're a person and you work a full-time job. So you have some availability in the morning. So let's say before the kids get up, before you get up, and whatever your life looks like in the middle of COVID-19, we're going to click on a spot, and maybe you decide you're going to get up. This is work time. I'm just going to make some placeholders. So I'm going to do work time, and I'm going to edit the time. So click on more options once you choose it. And I'm going to put until 8 o'clock. That's an hour and a half. Okay. And I'm going to make this actually recurring. And I'm going to make this recurring until the end of Q4. So let's go to the first week in January. Okay. And we're going to do this. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm going to, and maybe even Saturday. I'm going to commit. So maybe that extra time you find, if you're already committing 20 hours, you're trying to go up to 25, maybe that extra time, you're getting it on Saturday, you're getting it on Sunday, whatever. So you figure out your time. So now I've got an hour and a half that I just added. Let's get the calculator because I'm a nerd. So that's an hour and a half times 6. You've now committed 9 hours. Okay. So now I save, and that color is now on my calendar. So if I go to the next week, you'll see it show up. Okay, so this is my productivity calendar. This is me committing. And then maybe on my lunch break, I'm going to commit to at least 30 minutes, maybe. Again, I don't know if you're working a full-time job or not. Some of you won't have to break it up like this, but some of you will. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to click on more options. And I'm going to commit to 30 minutes. This could be 30 minutes of research. This could be 30 minutes of sourcing. Maybe you work near some place where they actually have, I'm going to click on custom to repeat this, where there's some stores near you. Maybe there's a shopping mall near you. Maybe there's places that you can source. And so you're going to commit to 30 minutes of productivity in your business. Okay. All right. So now that's 30 minutes. We were at 9. 30 times 6 is 3 hours. So now we're at 12. Okay. Oops. Not 6. 3. No. Yeah, 30 times 6 is 3. So there. So I'm at 9 plus 3. Okay. So I'm at 12 hours now. Now I got to go find the rest of this time. So you come home and you're working in your business. Maybe you get the whole family involved. Maybe you get the kiddos involved. Maybe you get the spouse involved. Maybe you're living alone. I don't know. And maybe you hire somebody to come into your house. I don't know. But I'm going to put this down as work time. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and choose some options. I'm just doing this on the fly. I don't know if this is somebody's life or not. But I'm gonna work on my business because again, Q4, I heard that you can make a bunch of money. Okay. So my goal is to actually make a bunch of money this Q4. Okay. What this is gonna do, and you can set up notifications, is when you get distracted, when you go down the rabbit hole, when you want to sit down and watch Empire or whatever you want to watch, this calendar, you can set up notifications to remind you. So you can click on add notifications. Instead of 10 minutes, it'll send you a notification, oh, it's time to work. This is like clocking into a job. So yes, this is a business. You had to treat it like a business. So now I got 3 hours that I'm doing 6 days a week. So 3 times 6 is 18. Yeah, I just second guess myself there for a second. So now I'm at 30 hours. So I could trim that lunchtime if I wanted to get rid of those 3 hours and come down to 27. So I think I will. Okay, let me delete this. Got it. So I'm gonna delete this one. All right. So now we're down to 27 hours. So I got the 18 at the bottom. I got the 9 at the top. 27 hours of productivity. I'm going to push myself because I know that I'm going to get to a place where I've assessed and determined how much money I'm going to be making in my business. Now, the key is, what are you going to be doing in these 27 hours that you just allotted? So in the 27 hours that I just allotted, I got 27 hours, right? 27 hours. I'm going to be doing listing. I might be doing shipping depending on which method of e-commerce I chose. I might be shipping to a customer. I might be shipping to a fulfillment center. I might be placing orders online to drop ship to a customer. I'm going to be doing some kind of shipping activity. I'm going to do some listing activity. I might do some research. I might do some research and sourcing. I might make some adjustments to my pricing. Oops, do that. So I'm going to make some adjustments to my listings. I'm going to review my listings. So I'm going to do some analysis. This is me kind of dissecting my listings, adding some keywords to my listings, uploading better pictures maybe. So I'm going to do some analysis. And then in addition to that, in addition to all of that work, I got some admin work that I'm going to do, and I'm potentially going to do some training. Now, initially, the training time is probably going to be high. And I apologize, I got something in my throat. Over time, you want that training time to go down. The training time needs to go down, okay? So the biggest chunk of your time, oh, and customer service, sorry. Customer service. Okay. So the top 3 are your biggest income producing activities. That's where the majority of your time needs to go. Okay. So if I were going to break this out, maybe I'm doing 10 hours of listing time, 10 hours of shipping, and depending on my method, that shipping may go down. I might be doing, 2 hours of customer service. Customer service, I'll explain that in just a second. I might do some sourcing. I might do some analysis, tweaking my listings, some admin time, and training time. I have no idea what that is. I got to go add it up. So that's 22, 25, 25 plus, oh, I'm over. Yeah, 25, 29, 31. So I have to cut this. All right, am I close now? 20, 22, 24, yeah, 27. So I'm at 27 now, and this is me opening up this notepad and deciding how I'm going to split out this time. I'm going to invest 10 hours of my time on listing. Listing is an income producing activity because people cannot buy what they cannot find. That includes listing for affiliate marketing and print on demand. You got to get the listings out there. You got to make them present and available for people to find. So listing is definitely an income producing activity. Shipping to your prep center, shipping to Amazon FBA, shipping to your customer. Shipping is an income producing activity. Why? It's either going to get you paid or prevent you from not getting a return. Customer service, if you answer questions, you respond to inquiries, that could either prevent you from getting a return and or help you to get a sale and also improve your seller rating, okay? Anything that's going to improve your seller rating is also going to make sure that your listings are more present and visible to other people, so that's an income producing activity. Research is always important, even if you're scanning and listing. Research, you're going to be doing research on products, which products are selling, which products are moving, which products are whatever it happens to be. So again, even if you're doing affiliate side of this or you're doing print on demand, you're always still going to be doing some level of research. Analysis, going in and looking at your listings, tweaking the listing, adding more keywords to the listing. Administrative, tracking your sales. You should always know your numbers. You should know what your totals are at the end of the week. How many listings did I have up? How many of my items sold? What was my profit margin? How much money did I make? If you did not watch the session from Amy in the eCom Q4 Summit, knowing your numbers is vital to knowing whether or not you're profitable or not. So you should be tracking that information, okay? And then training, you're going to be learning some things depending on where you are in your e-commerce journey. So spending an hour, but no more than an hour a week learning something is good. But your goal now is to shift to a model where the majority of your activities are up in these top 4. The majority, it could be the top 5. But this is what you're doing. Your job is to list. So you have to build out a schedule that's realistic from you. And then because of time, I'm not going to break these down, but I would literally start to assign, when am I shipping? Am I shipping in the evenings or am I shipping in the morning? Am I doing product research in the mornings or am I doing it in the evenings? If I've only got 1 hour or 2 hours for product research, so if I'm doing research, maybe I do an hour on Tuesday and an hour on Thursday. If I've got 1 hour for analysis, maybe I review my listings for 15 minutes, 4 days a week. Not all of them, just some of them, spot checking what's happening, keywords and all that other stuff. Administrative stuff. I normally leave all my administrative stuff to Sunday. Maybe you do yours at the end of the week on Saturday just to see, am I profitable? Am I making money? Am I breaking even? Am I, what are my profit margins? Where am I in this process? How much inventory do I still have left? And then training. Again, where are you in this process? So I normally do the training on Sunday as well. You have to build a schedule that works for you. So important, so important, so important. So go and break down what each one of these are. The great thing about it, just so you know, is you can change the color. So you can give something a task. I like to use green for things that make me money. So if I say I'm going to be doing listing, I do green. I click on the drop down for custom. I list that I'm going to do this for an hour, here, and here. I put the time frame in which I'm going to do it, and it actually shows up on my calendar. So then that way, this is what this means to me. When I have a doctor's appointment and I'm displaying my other calendar, this calendar up here, I make sure that I do not schedule doctor's appointments during an income producing activity time. If that's the only time that the doctor's available, okay, fine. But if I can help it, I'm scheduling everything around this work schedule, because more than likely, the money that you make from e-commerce is going to be more than what you would make in your job. I'm just going to be honest. During Q4, you make some ridiculous numbers. If you're making $30,000 in October, November, and December in your current business, which is $10,000 a month, that's great. I'm happy for you. But if you're not making $10,000 and you're making $3,000 a month, and you have the potential with focus and concentration to make an additional $10,000, $3,000 a month, 3 times 3 is 9,000. So if I could make $10,000 over the 3-month period, I'm gonna be happy. So what I am trying to do, that's roughly about $3,250 or $3,333. I'm a math nerd for those who don't know. So that is what you have the potential to make. You have the potential to make the same amount in your job, in that example, during Q4 alone. So I'm not going to schedule or do anything. I'm not scheduling dentist appointments. I'm not getting my car fixed. I'm not taking the kids to the park. I'm not doing nothing during income producing activities, period. If these are my time blocks, we're going to the park after 9 o'clock, or we're going to go to the dentist after 9 o'clock. I'm not doing anything when I should be working in my business. So that is the reason why I say a schedule will tell you the truth. The schedule will actually help you to commit. And there's a document I'm going to share with you guys so that you can build out your real work schedule and say, okay, was I able to keep my real work schedule? So if I said I was going to work 20 hours a week, or I was going to work 30 hours a week, did I really, at the end of the week, did I really work 20 or 30 hours, or did I just really work 10? Because it keeps you accountable to you. You have to be accountable to you in order to make a lot of money during Q4, okay? Because you're the only person that's checking in on you. I'm not checking in on you. You're the only person checking in on you. So this is a great way for you to be accountable. So we'll share that document so that you have the opportunity to say, okay, I committed to 20 hours a week. I am going to actually, I did actually work 20 hours this week. I know I only worked 15. No, I only worked 12. My goal was to list 100 new items this week. Did I really list 100 new items, or did I not? I only listed 50 of the new 100. Okay, so I got to get with the ball. I got to get with the program. I got to get on top of this. Okay, so that's the accountability sheet, and we'll make sure we share that with you guys in the group. I'll put it in the chat. All right, so let me keep moving. So that is the whole plan for your success. You got to build a calendar, guys. The calendar drives everything. Those people who make the big bucks, they have a set work schedule, and they do not deviate from it. The guy that I personally know who does retail arbitrage and makes crazy money in Q4 just in retail arbitrage alone, like he does not schedule anything to interrupt him during his work time. Everything that he does with his family is outside of his work, his dedicated work hours. Okay, and most people will actually double their schedule during Q4 or find a way to at least, increase it by 0.5%, 50%. So again, if you didn't already have a schedule, you're starting new. But if you did have a schedule, see what you can do to increase the number of hours gradually. And so one of the strategies that I teach that I want you guys to look at for next year is, if you're currently committing to 20 hours a week, when you get to September, I want you to shoot for, in week 1 of September, to 25, week 2 of September to 30, week 3, meaning 30 hours per week instead of 20. So you're gradually increasing incrementally by 5 hours every single week of productivity. So week 3, you're increasing to 35. And week 4, you're at 40 hours in your business. And you just have to hold the line October, November, and December, that 40 hours. That's how you gradually increase it. If you can't do 5-hour jumps, then do 2-hour jumps. I just want you to increase the productivity because it's going to pay you back. I also want you to see about getting an additional resource to help you during Q4. And so for next year, I want you to look at June, July, and August as an opportunity to take 25% of all your earnings in June, 25% of all your earnings in July, and 25% of all your earnings in August, and use that entire 75%, use 100% of it on Q4 staff, resources, VA, whatever. So you've already paid for that person to help you in your business. You've paid in advance. You worked for it in advance to get that money, so you have an extra hand, whether it's a virtual assistant or whether it's a physical person coming to your house to help you. So write that down. All right, so we're already at an hour, and I'm only on slide 1. I feel really bad about this. So I'm actually going to pick this up a lot. I'm going to go much faster. I apologize. I do talk fast sometimes. So, so that's what the whole plan for your success means. That's what we're talking about there. And double your schedule if you can over time. If you're new, you're not going to be able to do that. And it's okay, but just gradually increase, even if you get incremented by 1 hour. Then don't be afraid during Q4 to be the first one to sell new items. There's going to be a bunch of new items that aren't listed anywhere. And so if you see them in the stores, sometimes it's hot toys, sometimes it's stuff they've already ordered. And so if you're doing retail arbitrage or online arbitrage, or if you're buying from a wholesale supplier, don't be afraid to sample something. Don't be afraid to, maybe buy 5 of something instead of buying 300 of something. Never get married to a product during Q4, ever. Don't ever get married to a product during Q4, seriously. So look at, I can't believe I just noticed this. It says Cartwheel. It should be Target app. But in any case, look at selling some new items that don't have listings. Sell them on eBay. Sell them on Facebook Marketplace. Right now, Facebook Marketplace and Google Shopping have no fees, so that you can go ahead and list your items on those platforms. Another great way to make some extra money. We're going to teach you to cross list as well. But don't be afraid to sample or try new products that have not been listed. Also, don't be afraid to maybe bundle so some of those products with something else, because the thing about it, it's not going to have a rank. It's not going to have a sales rank. Make sure that you are using coupons if you're doing retail arbitrage or online arbitrage, that you're using cashback. So some of these are old and I need to rename this. But anyway, so the apps are like the Target app, which used to be Cartwheel. The Walmart has its own app. Use that app. Some of the other stores that you might frequent on a regular basis have their own apps, including grocery stores. Grocery stores are the unsung hero during Q4. Like there's so much money to be made in grocery stores during Q4. People just, that's where you get a significant number of your replenishables. In addition to that, grocery stores have small sections where they clearance a lot of their stuff out so you can buy stuff below wholesale. So don't overlook that opportunity. Make sure that you're using like Rakuten, which replaced Ebates. So use Rakuten instead of Ebates. It doesn't exist. And some of the other cashback sites. And also purchase gift cards. Gift cards can give you a higher return on your investment. So you could purchase a gift card. Maybe you get a Walmart gift card and it's $100 value, a Walmart gift card, but you're able to buy it for like $90. So you're buying $100 worth of product for $90. You're already getting an instant savings. So again, gift cards. Tony has an amazing training in your eCom Sellers Academy back office right now. It's been there forever on some of the sites. In addition to that, she has a great training that's also in eCom Seller Summit as well. You have access to like, I don't think probably two membership sites at a minimum, maybe three. Some of you have access to four. So again, there's so much training that we have put out there. I know they're on different platforms. They're everywhere. But this is a great opportunity for you to be able to go in and use some of that training to your benefit, okay? And then for every single store, you should actually have, you should subscribe to their newsletter. Make sure you're doing that. Subscribe to every store's newsletter. I don't care who it is. It could be Hobby Lobby, it could be stores that are going out of business, or it could be stores that are not going out of business. Go ahead and subscribe, okay? And check out the stores that are actually going out of business right now. Bed Bath & Beyond, Bath & Body Works, not TJ Maxx. I'm trying to think of something girl. Anyway, just check out the stores that are definitely going out of business. Put that on your list of activities to do. Put one store on your list every single week during Q4 to check out. Because again, unless you got a team, you're not going to be able to check out every single store every single week. So just do this in increments. One store a week, online or physically in person, that's going out of business. Okay, so think of, go to unconventional places for inventory. I mentioned the grocery stores before. Also, other stores that, oh my God. Yeah, I need to update this. Toys R Us, Babies R Us, yeah. Those have gone out of business. Unless you're in Canada, Toys R Us is still alive in Canada. But anyway, go check out those stores. I need to update these slides. So funny, so funny. Thrift stores. So look at stores that you don't traditionally go to. Think of, and also check out some of the mom and pop stores. Some of the mom and pop stores have stuff that they only make in those stores that are absolutely amazing. So take a look at those mom and pop stores. In addition to that, stores for upcoming. So we know the holidays that are coming up are Halloween. We have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, we have Hanukkah, we have Kwanzaa, we have Boxing Day. Those are all dates that people are not always thinking about. You have Veterans Day is coming up, and I'm trying to think of whatever. And you got elections. So these are like additional things that are coming up. Movies, I don't know. Movies have always been a big thing for us. We use movies to do our bundles. We used to make bundles off of movies. So, this time around, it's going to be the stuff, because we don't have a lot of movies that were released because nobody could go to the movies. Think about all the stuff that they've been playing over and over again on Netflix. The most watched, you could Google most watched kids shows on Netflix, most watched kids shows on Nick Jr., most watched kids shows on Disney Jr. Most, like, Google is your friend. Most watched kids shows on Hulu, most watched kids shows on PBS Kids, because kids have been watching online. So go Google for that information and see what you can find. Then think about how you could use that information to your benefit. Stock up on your inventory. This is the time. Start buying inventory now and don't stop. Start acquiring inventory now and don't stop. If your strategy is going to be selling secondhand, and I know a person who made $12,000 in profit, just in profit, selling on Facebook Marketplace during Q4 in 3 months. Okay. And she did it part-time, working 2 hours a day, 7 days a week, not 5 days a week, 7 days a week. So again, she just worked 2 hours. That's all she did. And she did Facebook Marketplace. One of her strategies was one of my old strategies, which was reaching out to everybody that you know and say, hey, if you got stuff in your attic, you got stuff in your garage, you got stuff in your whatever, you're going to donate it, give it to me, I'm going to list it. And she would list it on Facebook Marketplace. The great thing about Facebook Marketplace is that you can ship it to the customer. So I'm only going to be shipping the small stuff. I'm not doing the big stuff. Stay safe this Q4. You know, you be wise about whether or not you're going to meet up with people or not. But the great thing about these platforms that we recommend is that Facebook Marketplace, Mercari, Poshmark, they allow you to be able to ship to the customer. So since they allow you to ship to the customer, take advantage of that. But you need to, if you're going to be doing Amazon FBA, you need to send in your inventory now. Now. And if you were a person that wanted to continue to sell on Amazon, but you didn't meet the September 1st criteria, so your Q4 is not, you're not going to be able to do merchant fulfilled, then here is my message to you guys. Scan toys, create a shipment, send in the inventory to the Amazon warehouse. It's going to take Amazon anywhere from 2 to 4 or 6 weeks to check that stuff in. So you have the opportunity to do merchant fulfilled all the way up until, I think it's like November the 2nd or something like that. You should check your Amazon email and it'll tell you. So you can do merchant fulfilled up to that date. Then after that, you have to do FBA. You need to send in some FBA inventory now. Because if it's going to take them 2 to 4 to 6 weeks to get that crap checked in, then at least your listing will go live when you can no longer do FBA and toys. Merchant fulfilled and toys. So again, send the inventory in now so that in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, when you can no longer, after November the 2nd or whatever the deadline is, when you can no longer do merchant fulfilled on toys, that you have inventory that's actually going live and it does not disrupt your money. Your goal is not to disrupt your money, okay? This means you're not going to be able to send these toys off to a prep center because they will not allow you to do merchant fulfilled during Q4. It has to go to the Amazon warehouse. So if you're approved to sell some toys, start packaging it up, sending it in. I would do 50-50 or at least 20, 80, 60, 40, whatever. You know, send 60% in, keep 40% on hand. You know, send 80% in and keep 20% on hand. So you can continue to do merchant fulfilled all the way up until November the 2nd. Okay. Yeah, Nicholas. Okay. So do that. That is your assignment. That is your strategy for those who did not meet the September 1st deadline. You still can make a bunch of money on Amazon. I also want to encourage you to go get approved on Walmart. Get approved on Walmart. Be able to sell on Walmart because you have no restrictions over there. You can sell whatever toys you want to over there. Okay? So you have zero restrictions. You have zero ungating guidelines. You have zero everything. So the next one is work to get ungated. This won't stop you from being successful during Q4, but it wouldn't hurt. So continue to work towards getting ungated. Do that as quickly as much as you can. All right. So the next thing is Amazon is extremely busy November through January. The reason it's going to be really busy this time is because of all of the mail, I won't say stoppage, but the slowdownage. I know, not a real word. There's a whole situation that's going on with the carriers, with UPS, FedEx, and USPS. okay? So because there's a whole situation going on with the carriers, it is important now more than ever that you understand that people that would typically wait until Black Friday to buy some stuff, they're probably going to be buying stuff a little bit earlier than Black Friday. And so most stores will actually do the week before Black Friday to have their Black Friday deals available. My guess is that right after the election, all the Black Friday deals are going to be visible. I think that's really what's going to happen. And so sales are going to start happening in the beginning to the middle of November, because people know that's going to take them longer to get stuff shipped to them. Something that would normally be 2 day shipping might be 4 days. Something that would typically be a 2 week or 1 week shipping might be 2 weeks. So again, people are going to be buying earlier than they normally would this year. So you need to make sure you have inventory now. Be prepared for that. And Amazon is always super busy in November around Black Friday and the first week in December, the second week in December as well. But all of the deadlines, Amazon has this, most stores do too. It's not just an Amazon thing. Most stores cut off the guaranteed arrival around December the 12th. Sometimes it's December the 10th, sometimes it's December the 15th. And this is when they will guarantee that your item will be there before Christmas. They're probably going to move that all the way up to December the 2nd. I'm just being honest. It's probably going to move all the way to December the 2nd or maybe even December the 1st because the carriers have to have enough time to get that stuff sent to you, or to make sure that it arrives. Make sure you have some stock on hand so you can do merchant fulfilled where you can. So you will not be able to do, if you didn't meet the September 1st deadline, you will not be able to do merchant fulfilled on Amazon. But that doesn't mean you can't do merchant fulfilled on eBay. You can do merchant fulfilled on Mercari, Poshmark. You can do merchant fulfilled on Etsy. You can do merchant fulfilled on Facebook Marketplace. You have all, Google Shopping. You can do merchant fulfilled on, you got all these options. Walmart. You can do merchant fulfilled on all these other platforms. So do not let the September 1st deadline stop you. This is your opportunity to get all the money, to make all the money that you can. Don't let this stop you. Do not let this stop you. The Q4 sales rank, things that are gonna be a high rank right now, that rank is gonna start coming down. So remember that it's going to come down. Okay, so the sales rank of something right now does not mean that that's what the sales rank is going to be in another week or 2 weeks. The Q4 rules for approval of toys, we already talked about that from Merchant Fulfill. Adjust your pricing strategy. So again, just because something is not moving, don't drop the price immediately. Sometimes things sell like hotcakes after Christmas. Sometimes things sell like hotcakes the week before Christmas, because people are like, oh, okay, well, I know that I'm going to Sally's on, this is grandma, let's say grandma is going to her daughters, you go see her grandbabies the week after Christmas. So she might order it now knowing that it's going to arrive after Christmas. And so what you'll see is some prices for different things are going to start going up. The prices are going to continue to go up. And so don't mess up your opportunity to get the profit that you wanted. Also, make sure you're cross-list on multiple platforms, cross-list on Pinterest, cross-list on eBay, cross-list on, if you're listing on Amazon, cross-list on other platforms. So you can fulfill from your own inventory when it sells on eBay. You can fulfill from your own inventory when it sells on another platform. You just go into your Amazon back office and you fulfill from your own inventory. Okay? So if you did FBA, if you didn't do FBA, that means you got it in your house somewhere. So you need to go decrement all your other sites. So that will be inventory management, a big deal. If you don't have a tool for inventory management, which is down on number 11, you need to either figure out what your system's going to be. It could be spreadsheets. If you don't plan on having a bunch of SKUs, if you're going to have a boatload of SKUs, after you're into profit, only after you're into profit, you might want to invest in inventory tracking tool. But again, I did the first 3 years of my business without an inventory tracking tool. It is possible to do that. You can also hire your kids to go check stuff for you. So I consider that low-hanging fruit. Have your kids go check to see how many sales you got. If you have kids in your house or your spouse, have somebody in your house help you out during Q4. So you can save that money and maximize your profits. Don't chase the hot toy list. Every platform, Walmart, Target, they're going to have a hot toy list, Kohl's, all of them. What you want to do is you want to focus on the accessories for those hot toys. Okay. or something that may be similar or related to those hot toys. Okay, we did a retail arbitrage training in the, I did a retail arbitrage training in the eCom Q4 Summit. And so again, that's another opportunity to look at. If you find something that's got like an end cap where they have 3 different kinds of something similar, like I know Wonder Woman is out right now, and the Wonder Woman dolls that go with it. And so those dolls, not the movie, but the dolls themselves, those particular dolls, like there may be one that's moving faster than the others. So when you go to that end cap, maybe that there's like 3 of Wonder Woman and 25 of the other leopard lady. And so you're like, oh, so Wonder Woman is the one that's really moving because they're selling out like crazy. Or it could be vice versa. So again, pay attention to the end cap. The one that has the least is probably the one that's really moving, or they only made a limited edition of those. Okay, Nicholas, do not do that. Okay, sorry, Nicholas isn't here. So stack your savings. I already mentioned discounts. So go back and make sure you take advantage of that. Stock up on your supplies. If you haven't ordered shipping supplies, tape, boxes, we've been talking about it, please go do that. Organize your workspace in your office. Figure out where you're going to run your Q4 from in your house. If it's going to be in your current office, that's fine. If you're going to, ship to a prep center or whatever, where are you doing the work? Because you're going to be moving a lot of inventory, a lot. So make sure you have that space organized in such a way where you can find stuff. And it makes it easy for you to be able to work and get stuff out the door to UPS, USPS, or FedEx. You're going to have an increase in returns. The more you're listing, the more you're selling, the more returns you're going to have. So here is my thing to you. Don't let the returns frustrate you. It's just natural. When you go into Walmart after the holidays, they have returns. The return line is ridiculous. Like they create the whole chain link thing. Same thing with Target. It's just natural. It's going to happen. You're going to have returns as an online seller if you're doing seller fulfilled or merchant fulfilled. If you're doing FBA, Amazon is going to handle your returns. But if you're not doing it, then you are going to have to handle your returns. And you can ask a prep center to take in your returns for you and then look in the boxes and tell you what they see so you can approve or not approve the return itself. Some platforms are going to do auto refund and then you're going to have to fight them. So again, this is where that whole administrative time that I talked about, this is where you need to make sure you're keeping good records on what was, which, yes, Nicholas, make sure that you're keeping a good record of what was returned to you so that you have the opportunity to deal with those things. Okay, go back, reconcile, get your money, fight with Amazon, fight with whoever so you can get your money back. There are some people that like, okay, I made like $1,000 back from Amazon after Q4 was over because we had to do reconciliation. All right, and then the early bird gets the worm. If you're the first person on a listing, sometimes that can actually be a benefit to you. You can make a lot of money that way because you're the first person to sell the item. I remember a story from Nikki being one of the first people to sell the frozen beds. She used to drop ship them, and she would sell the frozen beds before other people got a hold of it, and then other people got on the listing, and then she got in and got out. So again, that's a great strategy, being one of the first people. If you don't see it on any other platform, don't be afraid to be the first person to sell it. All right, so expect the unexpected. Keep a close watch on your listings. Again, if you hire somebody within your house, like, hire your kids to say, hey, for 1 hour a day, every single day, this is what you're doing. You're looking at my stuff. Or, your spouse, work it out. Say, hey, for dinner, we're going to, I'll fix you dinner every single day this week, but I just need you to go through my listings. Something. Make sure you're paying attention to your data and your inventory. Stay proactive and get in front of problems before they become an issue. So if you see an item that is like the seller rating, the rating of the particular product is going down, it's getting a lot of returns, or getting a lot of customer complaints or whatever, take that listing down. Like, okay, get it. If you send it into Amazon and have it pulled back, like I don't need that problem. I don't need that problem. So be ready to shift or make changes in your direction. Here's what I have to say. Q4 is crazy. And this Q4 is going to be unprecedented, and it's going to be slightly different. So the rules that we normally operate by for Q4 might change a little bit. I think probably about 75% of it will be the same, maybe even 80%. but 20 to 25% of it might change. So just be flexible, be prepared. Don't wait. Yeah, action oriented. It's time to be action oriented, and then move quickly. Right. Just remember your competitors surely will. So don't sit on your hands. Don't procrastinate. Don't be complaining at the end of Q4, I didn't make any money. You didn't make any money because you didn't take enough action. This wasn't serious enough for you. You weren't committed enough. You weren't focused enough. You were not where you should have been. So make sure you're filling out the accountability sheet so you can be accountable to yourself for the sales you didn't get because you didn't take the action. Because it really is up to you. It really is. All right. If you haven't already scheduled your coaching session, because everybody here gets a 20-minute coaching session one-on-one, you need to go schedule it. Just go schedule it. If you have some questions, you want to go over your schedule, you want to, your sourcing strategy, your Q4 method, go do that. Schedule it. All right. So drop shipping. If you're doing eBay, make sure, and this is drop shipping from a wholesale supplier, okay? Or you can send, buy items and send it to the customer yourself. Make sure you're maxing out your listings every single month so they can raise your limits. You can max out those listings and raise your limits. That's your strategy. Max out the listings that they allow you, and you can get asked them to raise your limits, max it out, raise your limits if that's possible. If it is too much and you figured out a pattern or a niche where like, hey, I'm going to just sell gun safes. I'm going to sell gun safes. I got a relationship with a wholesale supplier. That's going to be my jam because guns are selling right now and so are the safes. So if that's going to be your jam, let that be your jam. And then that way you don't have a bunch of different products that you have to deal with. You just have one. But again, figure out your strategy, figure out your approach. When you're doing eBay, you know, the better your ratings, that's always a good thing. So provide customer feedback when you buy stuff and always request customer feedback when somebody buys something from you, okay? And here's the thing. Anytime you're doing seller fulfilled, whether it's Amazon, eBay, shop, I don't care what platform, when a person buys something from you and it has to be shipped, send them a note. Hey, I just wanted you to know that I received your order for this. We're processing your order. Send them a note. This is a strategy I actually learned from Carly Hahn, and it reduces the number of returns that you get. It really does work. So when a customer buys something from you, send them a note. Hey, received your order. We're processing your order right now. And then after it's gone out, hey, I know you got a notification of the tracking number. I just wanted you to know, like, here's the tracking number just in case you didn't see that email. And oh, by the way, please allow an additional 1 to 2 days after it says the item has been delivered if something happens and you don't see it. Hey, I show the item has been delivered. If you don't see it, please allow an additional 1 to 2 days for that item to show up on your front porch. That way, the customer is, you have a better chance of negotiating with that customer for something else so that you don't have to give them their money back. You have an opportunity to give them a coupon. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Here's 10% off of your next purchase next time you come to my store, whatever you want to buy. It helps you to get a customer who is loyal to you and or who trusts that you are watching out for them. I know that you wanted this for blah, 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 blah. If they say that, you know, you never know. Okay. So I want you to know that that strategy actually does work. And this is, again, you doing seller fulfill. Doesn't matter the platform. Let them know that you received their order the first time that they pay you or the transaction goes through. Then after that, let them know that the item is on its way and say, hey, allow 1 to 2 days because of all of the things that are happening with the different carriers and shipping. Please allow 1 to 2 days after the item has been received, if you don't receive it, to let me know personally. And then the next time, so they're going to reach out to you, hopefully, before they reach out to the platform. And you can try and potentially help solve the problem. But 2 days after, if they don't receive it 2 days after it says it was delivered, then there probably is truly a problem. But if they do receive it, that saved you from a person submitting a return request and all this other stuff and having to refund money automatically and blah, blah, blah. It just saved you a bunch of hassle. All right. Make sure that if you're creating listings, make sure they have big images, very little white space. That is in all of our training. People are buying stuff from their mobile devices. It needs to be the biggest thing that they see. If they have a whole bunch of white space and they have to use the pinchy fingers to make it bigger to see it, then chances are they're not going to buy it. People are visually attracted to things, and that includes humans. So if they are visually attracted or enticed by something, your listing has to be visually attractive to the eye. If it is tiny, nobody wants to buy something that is super tiny that they can't see. So again, as much color, as bold as possible, that people are visually attracted to things. Period. Um, okay, items with lots of feedbacks and 4 stars. So your goal, again, if you're going to sell items from your wholesale supplier or from any other platform, if you find it on another platform, you're going to order from your wholesale supplier, or you're going to buy it to drop ship. It's from, sorry, to ship from your house, like you're going to do seller fulfilled or merchant fulfilled. Then only sell things that have lots of feedback and 5 stars, because that's going to help you minimize your returns. At that point, the only reason why they would return it more than likely is because they didn't receive it, meaning they would, have a claim. All right. You need to have a backup source for some of your stuff. If you're doing it with a wholesale supplier, make sure you have a secondary backup source. Make sure you reach out to your wholesale supplier to say, hey, I just want to confirm, I'm selling gun safes this year. I'm selling stuffed animals this year. And I'm going to be drop shipping from you. I need to make sure you got a backup of all these. If you don't, I need to know, like, if I sell a boatload, I don't want to run out of inventory. Okay. So make sure you're having that conversation with your wholesale supplier. Confirm what they do and don't have available. Confirm that they do have the amount of inventory available to not only fill your order, but anybody else's drop shipping from them, that they have a backup plan. Okay. And especially during November, December, and January, you should always have a secondary, if not a third, backup source for anything that you're selling. If you're sending the stuff to the customer yourself, doing seller fulfilled or merchant fulfilled, then, which is the same thing, sorry, then that's fine. But if you are drop shipping from a wholesale supplier, you better find a backup source. Okay. And yeah, don't overlook merchant fulfilled. Okay. Never take returns from refunds or return requests. Sorry, never take refunds, returns, or irate customers personally. So don't get upset when people ask for a refund. Don't get upset when they ask for a return, or if they're irate with you. Don't take none of that part. Just let it roll off like water. Just beads of water. It's not worth it. Don't let it block your joy. Don't let it take your entire day down. Don't let it ruin your business. If you're getting a cha-ching every 10 seconds, don't let that stop you from getting a cha-ching every 10 seconds because you hauled off and called them all kinds of B's and MFs and all that other stuff. Don't do that. Don't do that. Be professional. Don't let these people get to you. So on any platform, not just eBay, I don't know how many items you're listing, but I always make sure that when I'm having a one-on-one coaching session with somebody, that they have a listing goal. I want to list 10 new items a week. I want to list 10 items a week, every single week consistently. How am I going to do that? How am I going to get to my 10 number? If I'm listing 5 days a week, then that means I got to list 20 items a day. No matter what, I can't go to sleep until I have 20 new items up. I can't whatever until I have blah, blah, blah. Okay? So if you are doing drop shipping and now you've maybe got an account with one wholesale supplier today, another one tomorrow, another one the next day, then make sure that you are listing things that, again, you've already had the conversation with the wholesale supplier, but that you meet your numbers. So if I am doing retail arbitrage or online arbitrage, if my goal is to have 20 new listings a day or 50 new, or 100 new listings a day, maybe that's what I'm doing. Sorry, my phone went off. If I'm doing 100 new listings a day, again, that means I got to go to the store. I got to do retail arbitrage. I got to make sure I have 100 items in my basket by the end of the day. Okay. I'm spending that kind of money. What does that mean to my budget? How much money do I have available? Again, doing all of that planning. How much money do I have? How much am I planning to spend? Okay. So I said I was going to spend $300 a week or $100 a week or $200 a week or $1,000 a week. How much did I actually spend on inventory? I actually spent $800 or I actually spent $50. So put some goals together on how much you're going to actually target to spend so that you can flip it and try to get 4 to 5 or 6 times that amount back in what your investment is. Figure out that strategy, figure out that approach. Okay. Yeah, never take a customer offline outside of the normal process. When people say, oh, I want you to ship it to this address instead of that address, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Now nobody knows that you were going to send it to a secondary address and then they can claim that they never got it. the tracking information will be like, well, that's not the address that was sent. We show you sent something, but we don't know what that was. It's like, oh, okay, so don't do that. I don't care what platform you're on. Make sure there's a record of it so that you don't have any problems with that platform long term. Taking people outside of the process and somebody sending you a message and saying, hey, instead of sending it to this address, can you send it to that address? That's just setting you up. Just say, you know what, I can cancel your order and you can reorder it and put in the correct address. Thank you. We already talked about seasonal and trending popular holidays 75% of the time. We can monitor your listings and fulfill your orders. Okay, so for eBay and for Amazon, it's seller fulfill. It doesn't matter what platform you're doing. Typically, I try to make sure that I process the order immediately, but here's the deal. People have buyer's remorse, more so during Q4 than any other time of the year. So they might sit around and after 4 hours or 6 hours, they might say, ooh, I don't want that. Let me cancel that order. Problem is, you already took it and dropped it off at UPS. So you can't get it back. It's gone. It's out the door. You can't do nothing about it. So I always say to people, wait until after about 4, really 6 hours, if possible. Wait until 4 or 6 hours, if possible, before you fulfill that order and drop it off at your, distribution center. So, I'm lucky. I am in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We've got a UPS distribution center. We've got the USPS down at the airport and drop stuff off there. So I can do a late night trip if I need to for those people who buy. And if it's early in the morning, if they bought it at 8 o'clock in the morning, I wait 6 hours, I can drop it off at the USPS at 2 o'clock. So then that way, if you were going to have buyer's remorse, I haven't already sent that inventory to you. Okay, so I know I talked about a lot. I talked about a lot. I don't want you to be overwhelmed. I don't. I really do not want you to be overwhelmed. I want you to make as much money as possible. That's what I want. So I want you to, 1, build your schedule. Build your schedule. Number 2, figure out your budget. Once you build your schedule, figure out your budget. Number 3, figure out your method of how you're going to do e-commerce, what platforms, and then stick with that for the next 3 weeks. Focus on that, work on that, do that. We don't normally recommend that you change gears in the middle of Q4. So if you're going to stay in that lane the whole time. If you're a person that's been selling for a while, you may decide, hey, I've already got this platform figured out. I'm going to launch my Walmart store, or I'm going to launch my print on demand, or whatever. Or I'm going to launch my affiliate marketing. If you're going to do that, do it now before you get into October, November, December. You really do have a little bit of a window about the first 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks of October before things get completely insane. So if you're going to learn something new and you're a new person, 3 weeks now, then another, at the end of that 3 weeks, then another 3 weeks on another platform, and don't change anything. Hold the line and just keep running down that path. Focus, 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 focus. Be consistent, be disciplined. You will make a lot of money if you do that. You really will. You really will. So I hope this has been a blessing. I hope this has been some great information for you. I hope that I hope you guys will really just take action. I'm going to put these at the bottom. Only because I said them. Only because I said them. And seriously, this is the best time of year to make money. There's a reason why. Let me just say this. There's a reason why we don't launch anything exciting during Q4, because we're all working in our businesses, because we know how amazing Q4 is. We know how much money we've all made a boatload of money during Q4. So that's the reason why we're like, we're not doing any summits. We're not launching anything. I mean, we do have like the Walmart training and the Shopify training, but that was already planned. We're not launching, and we're going to work in our own e-commerce businesses just like you're going to be working in yours. So every single leader will be doing that. So you need to decide, decide on your platform, decide on your method of e-commerce that you're going to do. You need to build your work schedule. And again, your work schedule is actually going to help you to stay focused and disciplined and help you build the muscle of consistency. It's going to help you build the habits you need for success. That's why the work schedule is so important. And then the next thing is build your budget. Okay. And then you need to implement your plan, rinse, and repeat. That's it. This is how you make a bunch of money during Q4. This is how you make it. Seriously. That's how you do it. Decide on your platform, decide on your method, rinse and repeat. You have to keep yourself accountable. There you go. Rinse and repeat. That's it. That's all you do. Implement your plan. Now you know your method. Now you know your platform. Now you know your schedule. You know your budget. Go do it. Go do it. If you say you're going to shop every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, go shop every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you say you're going to go through your training programs on Saturday, go through training on Saturday. If you say you're going to list Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, then list Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Do what you said you were going to do. Okay? All right. Well, that's all I got for you. I hope this was a blessing. Make sure you schedule your session. Let's go make this money, guys. Let's go make this money. Let's go make this money. All right. I'll talk with you later.